Alrighty. This is episode 96.
It's true.
And it is season 6, episode 3. So it's the third one we've done this year. We do them a bit more sparingly, unlike when we first started the show, because Wretch featured on episode 18, which was released on the 9th of September 2018. So it's nearly 6 years on, and here you are back again, Bobby. And you introduce yourself for any of the audio listeners, so left to right.
Yeah, I'm Bob, guitars.
And I'm Nafe, also guitars.
Yep, cool. And yeah, you know us, JDecay and Marky, so... JDecay just low-key throwing gang symbols into the fucking episode ever since we first started.
Yeah. I don't want any trouble, pal.
This one means ibuprofen.
Both of my knee clicks, bro. There you go.
Oh, now, the last time you guys were on the show, I don't think... well, not the first time you're on the show this time, Nave, but...
yeah.
The first time you were on the show, Bobby, we're talking about, it was just after Fuck Ton of Hate video clip got banned.
Yeah, wasn't that a thing?
So
holy fuck, yeah. Yep.
Is that still part of the staples, the set?
Like, it's been a mainstay since its inception. It's been a mainstay. It's I don't think we've not played it. I can't remember. We've always since it was written. It's always been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one that it's an interesting song to play live. It's really, really interesting because, like, even when you're not feeling it that night, you get to that song and you're like, oh, here we go, we're on. Okay, and that's where, like, for me playing it, I kind of get my heat back when I play it. So I love that song. I think I posted earlier in the week that for me, the song felt like the first time as a band we felt cohesive. Like it was about 3 years into the band, I think, when you brought that one in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and by the time we dotted I's and crossed T's with it, it was about 3 or 4 years in, and it was the first time it felt like we were on the same trajectory. You know, like it was just everything hit, and then from then, like, it was just song after song after song. Everything just kind of worked. Yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool one live too, because, like, obviously you have shows where you start out and you cannot hear shit.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where the start of the song was kind of open. Like, you know, with a lot of fast stuff, it's pretty chaotic and it can be hard to lock in when you can't hear stuff. But that one, the song was pretty open at the start. So if you can't hear stuff, you can hear stuff in that one. You can start to go, you can get your ear in and go, oh, now, you know.
Yep.
So,
yeah, do you ever find that, like, you got to structure the set list so that you're not all, like, one person's not taking a lot of the fucking the work to start with, you know what I mean? You sort of spread it out, like, oh, you lead with this one, I'll lead with that one, and, like, break it up a bit, or?
No, we tend to tailor, we've pretty much always tailored the sets around tuning more than anything else. It's always like, what's the strongest opening song we can think of, and then how do we tailor, because we use 2 different tunings when we play. But the worst thing watching bands is watching bands tuning between songs, like every song changing tunings.
Yeah.
So we'll play a block of one tuning and then finish the set with a block of another tuning. So that one, if we start in the higher tuning that we normally do, is always in there. Or if we, however it works, that song is always in there.
Funnily enough, Fuck Ton's one of the ones that, for me at least, I like to have fairly early on the set, just because there's a sort of a gallopy section in the middle of it where if we put that song at the end of the set, I'm fucked. So my wrist, I start losing grip of me and stuff like that. So the sooner in the set we get it done, I can power through it.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
But then on the opposite side of that, Duncan's like playing that towards the end of the set. It's just like, oh my god, because it's such hard work for him. Yeah. So this is like it's a balancing act. Absolutely.
Yeah, mad. Another thing that I associate with Wretch is all the mad samples and shit.
It's been like,
they're all just based on stupidity.
Well, man,
as is the entire band.
I don't quote. Sometimes I don't know where they come from. Like, so I'll be quoting the Wretch song and not the original source of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm chatting to someone that I knows Wretch, I'll make a quote and I'm not quoting the original movie or the original thing. I'm like, you know, at the start of the Wretch song where they say this, it's like, you know, that's from an actual other thing. Oh, these are good with the sound. It's all good. Cool.
The sample things, like, if we have ideas for samples, we'll generally just sort of throw them out there. We made a fairly conscious decision to stop using the sillier, I guess the goofier kind of samples.
Yeah, the samples are always just supposed to be stupid shit that we just heard in movies and things that we thought were funny.
Yeah.
You know, they never, a lot of them don't really relate to anything.
Yeah.
They're just dumb, you know. But particularly Bob and Duncan and Benji are really into like wacky movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And they watch all sorts of crazy out there stuff and just show up to jam and go, oh, this funny thing that, you know, and we go, oh, cool, that's funny, we'll stick that on a song.
Yeah, it's good, man. I associate that, and then I think from memory, and I'm going back 6 years, but when we had you and Benji on the first time, they're chatting about when you guys toured, and Duncan's snoring, and you're like, we should make a doom metal band.
Man, snoring at Europe.
Duncan snoring.
Snoring at Europe. But Benji was just as bad.
That's where Swan Fucker came from.
Yeah, Swan Fucker. That was...
Yeah, there was one night we were staying with a mate of ours in Sweden, and there was a night where I was...
Is that Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hang on, Tommy.
And I was trying to sleep on a couch here, and Benji was there. And there was a couple of times where I actually wondered if he'd died.
Yeah.
Because he'd snore real bad, and then it would he'd just stop.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then
purposely.
Proper.
He's got it sorted now, man. Like the dude's he's really looking after himself.
Yeah.
He's lost heaps of weight. He's doing well. So.
Well, so have you, dude, man. Fuck, I've seen you go up over the years,
Yeah, dude.
And dude. Yeah, everyone's like, Benji as well, dude. What the fuck is this? Wretch on diet? Wretch, sponsored by Ozempic.
Well, how's this though? Like the stat, right? So Nafe had a heart attack a few years ago, and Duncan had one like 2 years ago. So 40% of Wretch have had heart attacks.
Oh shit, dude.
That's a stat, all right? That's a stat right there.
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking awesome that like you guys are on top of it and shit, dude. Like I like to see what's in my future when I have a heart attack.
It's goofy samples.
They're awesome.
The Nafe's one when he had it, the first thing I did, like I think when he said he was getting out, was screenshot the directions from the hospital to Kingsley's so he could get some chicken when he
Yeah, I think Kingsley's part of the fucking problem with
massive.
A lot of things. Yeah,
so good though. So good. Shout out to Kingsley's.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I fucking it's good to have that contrast between like when you guys were on before and then now. How do you reckon that like things have changed over the years? You mentioned that you're not going for the more sillier like intros, but has the writing style or any of the way that you put your music together changed?
Yeah,
as you've matured.
Yeah, it has. Hold on. It's weird. Like when we started out, it was all just about sort of just chucking in a whole bunch of shit and just seeing what landed.
Yeah.
And then over time, for various reasons, I was writing a fairly big amount of stuff, and it kind of went in a more death metal-y way, I guess, because that's just kind of who I am as a guitarist. And then that I sort of backed off, and Bob sort of took over a bit, and it kind of became a bit more, I don't know, like
what the fuck is it?
Industrial, like that sort of the more industrial side of napalm kind of
stuff. Sort of napalm death. Man, it's always napalm death, lock up, and misery index. That's like my thing, right?
Yep.
Chucking a smattering of punk stuff like Carnivore or Impaled Nazarene, and like that's pretty much me.
Yeah. So I kind of it did a bit of a swerve, and then lately we got Damo in, the bass player, because our original bass player moved out to the country. And Damo showed up, and he brought some pretty dark stuff in as well. So
it was cool. Very, very dark compared to what we were writing. His stuff was like different again. So you had the I guess that death metal background, that tech background. You had I hate, it sounds wanky, but like the experimental side of things. I guess my stuff was probably a bit more experimental, like pushing what we were kind of capable of doing as a band, like putting out there as a band, not what we could play, but what we would be comfortable putting out there. Very different stuff. And then Damien came in, and it was like just instant. This black cloud of blast beats and stuff. It's like heavy, so good. It was such a cool thing. Yep.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't checked out Blightworms, check them out.
Yeah, Blightworms, Damien and Blightworms, they're another Canberra grindcore institution, those guys, yeah.
And you guys used to play Infinitum, didn't you?
I was an Infinitum, yeah.
And Damien was a vocalist too.
Actually, Damien was a vocalist. Because we went through a couple of different, well, actually 3 different vocalists in that band, because it started out with the vocalist that we brought over from Cychrist, and he moved up north, so he was a builder, and he saw an opportunity to go and earn a lot of money up north, so he went up there.
Yep.
And then we had Damo as vocalist, because he was originally the vocalist in Dehuman at the time.
Yep.
And then he left, and we actually borrowed Andy from Aeon of Horus. He did the last Infinitum album.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and he smashed it. He did a really cool job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, I remember some of my early gigs, because, like, this is why it's great to have Jay on the show, because between us, like, I can make up the, like, his music knowledge of the Canberra scene.
Yeah.
It can, between us, I can sort of, cover off a lot of the shit.
Yeah, you've been in it forever, Jay. Like, you've been there a long time, brother.
Yeah.
Long time.
Jess probably the only dude
What were
who's
your
played
early bands,
Cyclopedia.
like Smug Goat?
Smug Goat,
Point
17. I was in Tortured with Marcus for a while.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was in the Mutts. I'm not sure if you remember the Mutts. That was Chegga from Shockwave and Chris Smith from My Type A Law and a few others. Yeah, that was cool. God, I've done a bunch of bands. I play a lot of covers and things as well, but like it's hard for me. Live Evil was another one. That was probably the other big one for me, was Live Evil.
Yeah, the bass tracks are coming through heavy there, but like people understand that. I did an interview with the guys from Friends or Rom with like a full band playing behind us.
Yeah,
it turned out okay, but the listeners are used to us doing shit in here, so it gives a good vibe sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, no, like I was about to say that, which leads into what we were saying before, like such a fucking rich history in the band of like other bands that you guys have been in. Like, dude, I remember like coming to the basement and seeing like fucking like Wretch lined up with Tortured. I remember like with fucking like Joel singing and shit.
Joel P, man, fuck. It's
he was a wild boy,
man. And you know what? He was the first, because we tried a few vocalists. Remember, we had John from Four Dead. He was cool. And Benji initially came but he was doing his uni and stuff, and he couldn't do it. And Joel come in, and like Joel just got it like day one, like rehearsal one. He's got his notebook, and he's writing notes, and he's doing his thing, and then like that's it. It was like Joel.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome, and like you'd remember back in watching those gigs, there were gigs where like he was a fucking lion, man. Like he was untouchable. And then there were the other gigs, that meerkat suit, that fucking meerkat suit. Anytime he'd wear that meerkat suit, it was just like chaos. I think he's the only vocalist that ever took a piss with a wireless mic in the bathroom here at the base. At this pub, taking a piss doing vocals. Yep, that's like he was wild, man.
And fucking old lady's nightingale.
He did. He wore the 90 as well a few times. Yeah. That meerkat suit though, man. That meerkat suit was just chaos.
I remember the first time. The first time I ever seen Joel actually was with Tranquil Deception.
With Sean and Aaron and Kim and Mickey.
Yeah, and then like from there it just grew. So it's crazy. So.
I remember playing with you guys at the Cosmo Rock Lounge.
Dude, those photos popped up on Facebook the other day. I think Fiona's coming down. Yeah, with Big Red on Sab's shoulders.
Sab's.
Yeah, dude.
We had to like lift Joel up those stairs.
Yeah,
that was up
the ramp in Marrickville. It's Nat's what I reckon. That was his band, Stovetop Tattoo. That was his band. Yeah,
and that was his house too.
That was his house, man. Yeah,
his brother's house. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
that was fucking. Yeah, that was a Sunday night or something as well. It was.
Bro, that was wild as shit.
Man, it was so good.
The thing about Joel though was
Go away.
Like he right from the start he got it.
What are you doing?
You know what I mean? Like
you've just been an annoying cunt.
That's what you do. Like the thing with Joel was he was always a master piss taker. So he like kind of got the ethos of the band. You know? He knew the whole thing was a piss take, and he just because of how good he was at that, he just did it. You know what I mean? Charney Lannister.
All right. Charney Lannister. Yeah.
We're just talking about the doom metal track that you features in doing the snoring vocals.
Are you going to get
That's
food?
when he gets up and leaves the room again.
All right, can you just order me a plate of special fried rice and I'll come down?
No, we'll go in a bit. It's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, it's just,
And
yeah.
I'll have a million spring rolls next.
I pour it easily. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yes, one fucker.
That was the thing.
Use a CPAP machine now. Everyone should go and get sleep tested. It can change your life.
Yeah, I've got a CPAP machine. Yeah, I was about to get fired from my band.
Wow.
It's nice, a bunch of fucking old men talking.
Yeah,
about
I had
CPAP
one, and I lost weight, and like I've never had to use it again. So
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I have one as well, but mine's sinus. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are we doing? Sponsored by RestMed.
What else have you? What else ails you? Yeah.
No, so my thing is sinus related. It's
Yeah.
actually like a I had it when I was thin.
Yeah.
I just didn't know I had it when I was thin because they don't look for it in a thin dude.
Yeah.
I had to get fat for them to give me a CPAP. like
That's fucked, eh?
Yeah.
I've got to get fat so you'll help me.
it's like when you finish the game, they let you start again with all the powers you had.
It's kind of a common thing. You kind of have to get fat to nearly die, which is, you know.
And then you get the help.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's but yeah, so yeah, that was mine. But yeah, I didn't discover it until later, and I had a buddy of mine actually. He is a comedian. He does all the like MMA fight commentating shit, and sports and shit. And he said he was driving to a gig one time, and he fucking woke up in a field. And he was like, I should get this shit fixed. But
Yeah.
You get that shit.
But
checked out.
he didn't. He like just thought that it was normal to sleep like shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he fucking drove into a middle of a paddock. He was like,
Yeah.
okay, I should fucking look at this.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But dude, we were just saying as well, like heaps of previous bands and stuff goes into Wretch. Like I
Cinder block.
yeah. So you've come in at the right time.
I fucking hate you times 434. Yeah.
I was in
Daryl.
Cinder Block only for a little bit though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just hand him the lav. Just unclip.
And touch my labia. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was.
You're a fuckwit.
Sorry. Yeah, I
Blow
was
the arse out
in
of
Cinder
them.
Block for a little bit. Nathan and I were in Futility.
Utility for a while, yeah.
That's right.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So you got Duncan on the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's audio listeners as well, but yeah. Yeah, Futility. There's another fucking band. Like we're talking about having heart attacks. You know, took Kurt as well. You know,
Yeah.
fuck it. I think everyone's got to go for a heart attack stage.
Yeah.
To like to it's you got to hit the low notes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a stroke. Stroke.
We were talking about that before the show to get more dopamine.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, zinger.
Yeah, so there's that. Any other influences outside of bands you've been in? What other? I know it's a wanky fucking hack question, but what sort of?
Go with these guys. I'm
yeah,
like-
we're
I'm
chatting
the
about
worst
like
arsehole.
napalm death and shit. What else is there?
Well, when we were getting it together, it was the big era of Pig Destroyer was coming through. Everyone's excited about that. I was
Insect warfare.
obsessive about agrophobic nosebleed, stuff like
Nasm.
that. Nasm.
Rotten sound. Or
Yeah, Rotten Sound.
And then we found the Aussie stuff, and then we started to really like Clean Off and The Kill and all of that stuff. We really started to focus in on that stuff, and
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Intense Hammer Rage and all of the grindhead bands. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, all those grindhead bands.
Yep.
Festering Drippage.
To the early East-West Death Fest.
Dude, it was
Concerts were like church. It was fantastic.
Who were the guys? Who was
happiest,
that?
I think, the
Burial,
happiest I've
well,
ever been.
Roadside, yeah.
Odysseum Bow.
Otis and Bow. That's
Odysseum Bow. That's
yeah.
what the Laceration Mantra.
Yeah.
All these fucking bands, man. Mother Eel and gosh, there was a bunch. Dude,
Granny
New Blood.
Fist,
New
New
Blood.
Blood.
New Blood. Man, Shannon is killing it in Complexin at the moment. I'm so happy for him. Yeah, it's sick. Like so many people, so many rad people. Yep.
Man, I don't think that it ends with just coming to a gig, man. I fucking used to like shopping at Better Music before, but fucking I like going in there now because I see all the people that I fucking on stage most of the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking good. Like, it's good to have, like, a place that supports the local scene as well as, like, on a larger stage. And that's the segue into gear. Let's do a tech breakdown. This is actually why Jay's here. Because
He just wants to make over gear. Yeah, I love it. I'm a gear nerd.
What gear
I'll give you the
are you
microphone.
running, Dunk?
Can you order me some fried rice, please, and I'll just...
Oh no, we'll go and eat later. There's plenty of time.
Oh,
What
okay.
gear? I play drums.
No, you don't.
Running out.
and a rolling sample
You just
pad.
hit shit.
Yeah.
And a rolling sample pad. That's you.
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah, thanks for the guest appearance, Duncan.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Love you. Always had a lot of time for you.
Get sleep tested. Safety first, gentlemen.
Safety.
Trying to have a heart attack between here and the car park, yeah?
I had my heart attack scared, but it was actually just like some pills.
So gear breakdown, what a...
He's the gear dude, man.
I'm the gear dude. Being the music shop guy, I'm the gear dude. What do you want me to, what I use now, or, because it's evolved. Look, the Randall Satan's been my my go-to amp for Wretch since about 2016. That amp is just the GOAT for metal. It's the best. I use Vance custom guitars, built here in Canberra by Russell Vance.
Yeah, I had Marcus on the show, and we've filmed the episode at Vance.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, Rusty, another great supporter of local music. He's fantastic. The amount of stuff he's done for us over the years,
Yeah.
it's just awesome. I've got a Fender Telecaster that I use, the old grinder caster that we used for tirades. I've got that here tonight, a bit of nostalgia. I thought I'd crack it out tonight.
Hell yeah.
And then a bunch of like random pedals and things, like I use brands like KSR, Lick Alarm Audio, New Naba. There's a bunch of, it's all wanky stuff, but I use that stuff primarily. I've got a heap of gear I could talk about, but
Yeah.
Nafe throughout, you've sort of had mainstays.
I'd prefer to try and keep shit simple. Like for a few years, I was trying to have the spaceship rig with all the flashy lights and all the shit
That's
all over
right,
it.
the Digitech
I
rig.
had the Digi and the Mesa Boogie 295.
That's right, man.
Dude, giant BC rich
No,
white
no.
fucking guitar, dude.
No. I had
No,
this amp that I had. It was a.
Oh wait, no, that was Reign of Terror. Dude.
Yeah.
That's Reggae's basic.
Yeah. But you were in Reign of Terror.
I was, yeah.
When you were like 15.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
I started it. Funnily enough, I was actually in a band with reggae before that.
Fuck, you
when-
are old.
I'm old as fuck, dude. So I actually knew reggae from high school.
Oh yeah.
So reggae was a year or two, maybe 2 years above me at school, and myself and a couple of my mates in my year started this band thing with Michael, who was a couple of years older, and we knew he was he was in college at the time. We were high school kids, and we were like, oh, he's
The cooler older dude?
Yeah, he's the cool
Yeah.
old metalhead dude.
Yeah.
Old. Anyway, and we started a thing.
He's
which
been the
was
same age ever
Yeah,
since.
he has. I think he's pickled.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He's pickled.
Yeah. He
Episode 3, Canberra Metalheads, Reggae came over to my place.
Yeah,
and we
right.
filmed it in the study, dude.
Oh god.
Between us, we drank within the episode, we all had like fucking 5 beers each in like an hour.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But anyway, he so we wanted to play songs or whatever, and we were all like Metallica fans. So we basically started this thing called Brain Dead, and it was me and my mates Gareth and Nick and Reggae and this dude called Chris, who was in Reggae's year.
Yeah.
And we did one gig at Canberra Youth Canberra Youth when it was upstairs in Civic.
Yeah.
And just basically played for him the bell tolls with death metal lyrics.
Hell
Basically,
yeah.
that was pretty much all it was.
Sick.
And I think I was.
And I seen Kimmy play it with Toxic Man like 20 years
Yeah.
later.
And I think I was 14 at the time when I played that first show. Like we were all 14-ish, roughly.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then that kind of went to shit as early bands do. And then later on, Reign of Terror came along, and I joined that, and I was in that for a while.
You had Dying Embers as well.
And then Dying Embers came along, and that kind of usurped Reign of Terror a little bit, which, these things happen. And Dying Embers was actually doing really well for a while. And then one night, all the way up, we went to band practice one night. Went home and loaded all our stuff into 2 cars. Went back to a mate's place, having drinking beers and talking shit or whatever, came out and one of the cars had been stolen.
Oh,
And
fuck.
all the shit was gone, like everything. So like, fuck. So
Brutal,
and we just couldn't. We were kids. We didn't have enough money to replace it all. So we would have been. I would have been about 17-ish, maybe around that, 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have enough money to replace it, and it just killed the band. So, which was unfortunate, but.
They single-handedly fucked a whole cornerstone of the Canberra metal scene.
However, swings and roundabouts. Where did you end up after that, Nate?
Yeah, so
Little Canberra band.
Yeah, so that all turned to shit, and we were out at the piss underage at a certain quite legendary Canberra metal pub, and Yuri from Psychrist asked me if I was interested in joining Psychrist. At which point I shat myself.
Yeah.
and then did. So and that's Psychrist happened, and then Infinitum, and then this.
That futility then.
Sorry, futility as well.
Yeah.
Mad. That's such a good fucking breakdown, man. Yeah, I'm glad that you stayed on track because I fucked that so bad, man. You you just stayed on track, dude. I threw random shit at you, just kept straight on the track, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like
But the weird thing about it is, like, along that path, there was always dudes like, I mean, Bob and I have sort of been in the same
We knew the same
orbit
people.
forever. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been in this band for 13 years, but we've known each other probably over 20.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah,
It'd be
easily.
25 years.
So
Yeah, I
we've always
think-
kind of been in each other's orbit.
Yeah,
to some
we did that
degree.
gig at Dale's place with the Hated, and that was a fucking wild afternoon.
Yeah, it was.
Just this random house in Queanbeyan, near the industrial area of Queanbeyan, just some stinking hot afternoon, and it was the band that would become Smug Goat. It was Psychrist
The Hated.
and the Hated. Yeah,
hell yeah.
that was fun. That was just a house show. It's a Saturday Arvo house show or something. Remember Bill was rocked up with like a blow-up doll in a taxi. It was fucking wild.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was wild.
That sounds like a mad fucking gig, man. So I was saying before, we covered so many bits of the Canberra scene off between Jay and I. This episode's coming out after the previous episode, which I just released, which is with Lucy from Arbor Angel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Lukey and I went down
Granddad.
to Melbourne and booked a podcasting studio and did an interview with him.
Yeah, right.
And spoke about a whole bunch of crazy good shit. But it's good to get like, I think that over the last 96 episodes of Canberra Metalheads, Yuri's probably one of the only ones I haven't had on.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I've covered most of the people that have been in multiple iconic bands, and I think Lucy was one of the last ones I needed. And I think that Wretch has been a good part of that, man.
Thanks, man.
I think that what some of my early memories of coming to the basement at the first time ever seeing a metal band that like I could meet the members and hang out and drink with them and stuff was like the early days of coming here and seeing Wretch and seeing those bands we mentioned before. So it's good. It's the end of an era for now, but I fucking really appreciate you guys taking the time and jumping on the show.
Cheers, man.
so
You're
much.
right.
Is there any? I've seen there's street thrash as well.
Street thrash?
Street thrash, yeah.
Trash.
Street
Sorry.
thrash.
Street thrash.
Street thrash. Yeah, I like that one.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, it's my band, fucking Lex Dixia.
That's a fucking ripper. I love his take names. The bands like Panel Van Halen and stuff.
I don't actually have a band called that, but because I fucked up
Well, you need
the
to.
name,
You
now
need to.
there you
So
go.
good.
96, man. I fucking called it.
That's
Episode
the best,
96.
Bro. That's the best.
No, but so anything else on the horizon for you guys after the doors of Wretch close?
Well, these guys are doing straight trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Benji and Duncan and I are doing Street Trash. I
Yeah.
guess Damien will continue on with Blightworms.
Yeah, and these guys have got a couple of guys. Another dude in there with Garth. Who's,
Oh yeah, Garth.
Garth
Powell.
Garth's-
You had Garth on your show?
Garth's been around for
Soul Crusher,
forever,
bro.
dude.
The first Canberra band to win Triple J Unearthed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're massive.
Yeah,
They're like
he's been around
Canberra
for a long time.
legends, man. Get Garth on there,
Yeah.
and got
And
Jared from Memoriam in that
Yeah.
band now as well. So it's like the
I've had Jared on for Memoriam,
Jared's
but
a
not
mad dog,
but
man.
not
He's one of the,
not Garth.
He's true blue, but yeah, get Gusso on him, man. He's a mad dog. He's got a bit of a glam background, almost like Pickles-esque in Metalocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
no,
yeah.
what was that called?
Kill City.
Kill City. That's
Yeah.
Kill
right.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gusso would be a good one for you. But yeah, so we've got Street Trash, and apart from that, man, I just play acoustic covers now pretty much. So.
Which are fucking great, man. I've
Yeah.
seen them on your socials, putting them
Thanks,
up
man.
there. Fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm just like, they always pop up in my news feed at the right time. You know, when I'm just chilling and I'm feeling like acoustic.
Yeah.
Oh, the algorithm looks after me every now and again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good, man. We'll close it up with that. Thanks for all the shit you've done, and I look forward to see what comes up after.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you so much, guys, and
Cheers,
thank you,
Jack.
Canberra Metalheads.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys.
Legends.
Peace. And now, I'll snap a screenshot, but we'll
Yep.
just do like one photo-esque, like
Yeah, man.
that I
Yep.
can screen. So just metal hands, and
Can I do this shocker?
yeah, if you want, dude. I did it by mistake.
Tell you what, I'm fucking hungry. Big dog's got to eat at some point. Fuck, I love fried rice.
Nothing beats pounding in a pub, Dunny.